Hi, I'm Tom Cadan, and I'm with the Ozone Works. And I'd like to spend a few minutes talking to you about Ecotex, our ozone application for on-premise commercial laundries. You're watching this now because you've either received a proposal as a result of us meeting with your representatives, or you're simply interested in ozone for your laundry so that you can begin getting a better product at lower cost and reap the benefits of the significant savings. Now, before we move on, I'd like you to think a little bit about some of those costly projects that you need to accomplish in your facility. Go ahead, it might be redoing bathrooms, it might be carpeting, it might be some things you need to buy for your clients or your residents. Give that some thought, keep that thought in the back of your mind. We're going to come back to that at the end. So what is ozone and who are we? Ozone is the fourth most powerful oxidizer in the world. It's completely natural. It's simply oxygen with an additional molecule. Instead of O2, it's O3. It's that simple. So let me tell you a little bit about Ecotex. What Ecotex does is generate ozone. We create that fourth most powerful oxidizer in nature, much more powerful even than the bleach that you're using in your formulas now. And we diffuse it into your washer during the wash formula. What that allows us to do is change the nature of the formula. Rather than mostly using hot water with a little cold to produce warm, we use almost all cold water and just a little hot when we get to the bleach phase to make sure that that's activated. This creates not only a better product, but enormous savings for your facility. We're actually going to turn your laundry room into a producer of revenue. Even after getting Ecotex, you're going to have net positive cash flow from your laundry. That's a new experience for you. Let me tell you how we're going to do that. When we bring Ecotex in and we hook it up to your washer, we're going to make certain modifications to the laundry formula. The first thing we're going to do, as I mentioned, is we're going to use cold water in almost every phase except bleach. So your hot water consumption is going to go way down. We're going to be able to eliminate a couple of rinses because we're going to be able to combine some steps, and we're going to use a little bit less chemical. So if I don't have as much chemical, I don't need as many rinses. By doing this, I'm able to shorten your cycle times. I'm not going to beat up your laundry as much. I'm going to give you a better product, and you're going to see savings from categories such as water, labor, linen, chemical, electric, and sewer. Hot water. If I'm taking your hot water ratio and I'm changing it in the formula from 80% hot water and 20% cold water, for example, to 20% hot water and 80% cold water, then it's a no-brainer that you're going to reap enormous benefits in not having to heat all that water. Next, we're going to shorten your formula times. So rather than a formula time that might extend to 45 minutes or beyond, only allowing you to get slightly more than one load done per hour in each machine, we're going to give you more like 1.6 loads per hour in each machine, 1.8 loads per hour in each machine. The results vary depending on what it is that you're trying to get clean and how we ultimately establish the formulas. But at the end of the day, you're going to be able to do more laundry in the same period of time or the same amount of laundry in a shorter period of time. And that's going to create labor efficiencies for your facility, allowing you to shorten shifts or retask people to accomplish some of the many other things that need to be done in virtually every hospitality or healthcare or sporting facility that uses Ecotex. Electricity. Well, we're not running the washers as long, so you're going to see some benefits with respect to electricity savings. Total water and sewer. I mentioned we're going to eliminate some rinses. So you're not buying as much water anymore to put in the washers, and you're not discharging as much water into the sewer, both of which you have to pay for. Linen life and quality. Again, they're not in there as long, and they're not in all that hot water. We're going to make your linen look better for longer with an ozone formula than with a hot water formula. And then lastly, chemicals. There is a little bit of savings on chemicals because we just don't need as much. We now have harnessed the power of ozone to get your laundry clean. So I don't need as much of the artificial, unnatural laundry chemicals as I used to. That said, we're going to work very closely with your chemical provider to make sure that you are getting the very best product out of your laundry that we can get. We've had a couple of studies done that support our results. With respect to linen life and linen quality, we had a study done by the textiles program at North Carolina State University, and it is affirmed that your laundry is going to last longer and that your linens are going to look whiter for longer. The U.S. Department of Energy was able to affirm the benefits of Ecotex with respect to energy savings, that electricity that you're not using because you've shortened the cycle times, the hot water that you're not using anymore in your wash cycle, and the enormous amount of savings that is associated with not having to do all that water heating, all that gas savings. So this isn't just something we came up with, this is something that others, independent, other programs have determined that Ecotex works. So how does our program work? First of all, there's no capital expense. This is a leased system, which means we continue to own it, we continue to service it, we do whatever tinkering is necessary to make sure that you're getting the very best results, and you have nothing to worry about. Your lease, what you're going to pay me, is actually created, the amount of your lease is actually created by the savings that we're going to give you. So I'm giving you the money to give me to pay for the unit to get the better product. So you're saying, well, sure you do. You want me to have Ecotex. Why wouldn't you say these things? It sounds too good to be true, and I completely understand. When people ask me, well, what's the downside of your product? I say, works too good. Nobody believes that it's going to do the things I say. I get that. So we've come up with a completely cost-free, risk-free program for you to try Ecotex in your on-premise laundry. And it works like this. Stage one, we're going to bring water meters in, we're going to hook them up on one of your washers, and we're going to meter your hot and your cold water consumption. You'll be astounded at the amount of water that a commercial washer will use. We're constantly receiving comments about how much water we've been able to demonstrate these facilities are using during the first phase of the test. Having shown you that over approximately a 2-week period, we're going to bring in an Ecotex system at our expense. We're going to install it. We're going to hook it up to your washer. We're going to make the adjustments to your formula. We're going to take you from old-fashioned traditional hot water formulas, and we're going to move you over to the new state-of-the-art Ozone formula. And we're going to let that sit, and we're going to let it work. We're going to continue to meter your water consumption so that we can show you the difference. But you're going to see the difference the very first time you wash using an Ozone formula and you open the door to that washer, you are going to see the difference, guaranteed. Every facility does. It's amazing. There's no other word for it. And we're going to let you have the benefits of Ecotex for a couple of weeks, and then we're going to put a new proposal together, really just reality. We're not going to show you what we thought would happen. We're going to show you what we've actually been able to do. And we think that you will be as impressed as so many of our other clients have been and continue to be. So I asked you to think at the beginning about a project that you'd like to accomplish here at your facility that maybe is a little too costly, maybe you don't have the money for right now. Well, when you look at your Ecotex proposal, we're going to help pay for that project, whether it's a new bathrooms in your rooms, or maybe some new equipment, or maybe salaries. It could be anything. It could be renovations. We're going to help produce the revenue for you to make these improvements in your facility. That's another benefit of Ecotex that you're not going to find in the paperwork, but you're going to benefit from it. So in conclusion, if you're sitting there looking at a proposal as I've been speaking with you, then please call us right away or email us so that we can get the meters on your machine and start your cost-free, risk-free trial. And if you don't have a proposal in front of you and you haven't met with us yet, call us or email us so I can have a rep come out so that we can sit down and begin this process with you so that you can begin reaping the savings of Ecotex. Thank you.